I really thought for the past weeks that a Strand Hunter was the weakest of them all. I was right, but only before I put this build together. And I'll think that with this build, it might be the best of them all. This build will make every endgame content looks like patrols. You are soon going to put every enemies out of combat literally from the time they spawn until the time they die. For those who missed it, I already made a Strand build for the Titan and for the Warlock, so check them out after this one. But now it's time for the real endgame Hunter build. May I present you the Master of Puppets build. But first, for those who are new here, my name is Mr. CharlO and I make videos and live streams every week on the channel, so please subscribe to not miss on it. With that being said, let me go into the overall perks of the build and the buffs and the debuffs we are going to utilize. Just note that the background gameplay is mainly from activities where I was 15 to 20 levels under. First, this build is utilizing the strongest debuff, Suspend, the Tangles debuff for extra damage, the Woven Mail buff for survivability, and the Unravel debuff with the Weapon Surge buff to bring us more weapon damage. The ultimate goal for me was trying to make it all synergize well together and assure that the gameplay loop is easy and fast. Now you're probably asking me, but how is it going to work? And if you stick to the end, you'll know perfectly how everything's working together. The exotic of choice for this build is none other than the 6 Coyote chest armor. The benefit is simple, we get a second dodge. You're probably saying to yourself, only that? Yeah, but don't worry, you'll see why it's strong soon. And for those asking, no, Assassin's Cow is not better because it's not made for endgame content. The build is based on the grapple ability, it feels boring to infinite grapple everything, and if you miss your grapple melee, you're stuck in the middle of a bunch of ads that can kill you instantly. And no, Radiant Dance Machine are not good either because you can only dive 2 to 3 times maximum instead of 6. This is useless because that's what we are going to do. With that in mind, let's go right into my subclass choices. Here we are using the Silk Strike Super, which is the best Strand Super in my opinion. We'll be using the Marksman Dodge for the lower cooldown. The Threaded Spike Melee is our only choice, and I forgot to mention it's going to sever enemies on hit and create tangles when they die. For the grenade, we are using the Shackle Grenade for its suspendability. For the aspects, we only have 2 choices at the moment. The first one is Widow Silk. You have an additional grenade charge, which is a second suspend charge. The second one is Ensnaring Slam. Activate your air move, will consume your class ability and dive to the ground, suspending all nearby enemies on impact. This is perfect with our exotics since we are going to have 2 class ability charges. For those who did the math, we already have 4 ways to suspend enemies, 2 grenades and 2 dive on the ground. Now the fragments. The first one is Thread of Mind. Defeating suspended targets will grant us class ability energy. Again, every target we will defeat will almost always be suspended. The second one is Thread of Wisdom. Defeating suspended targets with precision final blows will create orbs of power. This will be our main way to generate orbs. The third is Thread of Warding to gain Woven Mail after picking up a Nord of Power, which means free infinite 60% damage resist. And Thread of Continuity, Suspend, Unravel, and several effects have increased duration. This is great since we'll be using all 3. Only with the subclass and exotic, this build is very good, but we can make it further with the artifact mods. Here you want to use the Strand and multi-siphon mods to lower your armor mods cost. The Shadow Orbs for another orb generation away. Untangler to suspend targets when we shoot Tangle with a Strand weapon. That's what we are going to utilize, and we are now at 5 ways to suspend targets. Insane. Allied Unraveling to get our Strand weapons unraveling rounds with rapid final blows. Threaded Blast for the size and damage of our Tangles explosion. This means we are suspending targets in a wider range, and you can finish it up with Counter Weave and Prismatic Transfer or any other mods you want. Before showing you my weapon choices, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel because I am making these videos on my free time and I put a lot of effort into it. Also, I see that 80% of you are not subscribed yet. So don't make a mistake by missing important build videos just like this one, and tell me in the comments what is your favorite Strand build. For the weapons, I chose going with a Strand route because the arrival of the new raid, we now have more Strand weapons to use. I got lucky and got a pretty good roll of the Refuse Fury, but you can use whatever Strand weapon you like. For the special ammo weapon, you're free to use your favorite one. Glaive, sniper, shotgun, grenade launcher, everything can work here. For the heavy, I recommend using a Strand weapon again, like the Circular Logic or the Caraxis Distress from the raid, or every other Strand weapons that will come out in the future. I hope we get more options soon. Alright, for the last part I'm going to showcase you the armor mods. Just note here that every mod that consists of using our class ability will not proc with our air slam dodge, so consider that into making your build. For the helmet, use the harmonic siphon mod to make orbs of power on multi-kills. You can add to that a navy ammo finder and scout. For the gauntlets, we want bolstering detonation to gain more class ability energy on grenade hits, and impact induction to get grenade energy on melee attacks. Also add a harmonic reloader mod to reload my weapons faster. For the chest piece, go for the resist mod. You can put 2 elemental resist and 1 concussive dampener, or if you like me and don't have enough energy, put 3 elemental resist. For the boots, use at least 2 weapon surge mod for an increased weapon damage, and I put a fun of agility mod for a passive plus 30 mobility when I have an armor charge on. This will put me at 100 mobility almost at every time, since I'm gonna rock 70 mobility. Finally, on the class item, we can't use nothing really useful here, so I went with double time dilation to increase our armor charge's duration. For stats distribution, I recommend going for 100 resilience to get the maximum damage resist, and maximizing mobility and discipline second to get your suspend abilities faster. Next, go for recovery. There you have it, the Master of Puppets build. Let me recap a bit for you on how it's going to work. You want to prioritize your air move on top of your grenade ability because the cooldown is much lower, trust me. Step 1. Make a slam with your air move to suspend a group of adds. Step 2. Kill some of them with headshots to spawn orbs of power. This will give you the weapon surge buff, woven mails, and unraveling rounds if you kill them fast. If they're not dead before going back to the ground, you can use a grenade to suspend them again, or shoot a tangle if there is any after the dead ones. While you shoot some mats, you can always throw a grenade at another location to prevent enemies from shooting you. At this point, everything will be dying or suspended. You'll see, it's pretty cool and strong. There you go, just rinse and repeat. You will start to see how powerful this build is for endgame content. Dim link will be in the description, and timestamps are on the video if you missed some informations. That is it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did make it to the end, please drop a like and make me happy by clicking on that subscribe button. Don't forget to check out our other insane Strands build guide if you missed it. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Guardians.